Welcome to our podcast. I am Primus, and you are listening to Behind the Scenes at Octavius Reviews. We hope that you enjoy our broadcast and think of us kindly. For a glossary of terms and nomenclature, please see the description. Also, check our site for more detailed information on the games and for links to the demos, as a convenience, of course. Thank you for listening.
Welcome back to Episode 8. You are listening to Octavius Reviews Behind the Scenes, and I am your host, Janice. I am joined in our studio bunker today by my favorite partner in crime, Primus. And Internet, if you are still voyeuristic enough to be out there listening, we appreciate your metrics.
Assuming the algorithmic overlords even allow this audio file to propagate to their feeds.
Look at you, leading with corporate existential dread before we even check the mic levels. Who gave the blood fiend a cup of espresso today?
Nobody. I am operating purely on raw adrenaline and the fact that I've been staring at our analytics dashboard for 4 hours. It is bleak out there, Janice. The corporate search monopolies are burying our software audits under a mountain of automated garbage text.
Hey, eyes off the traffic monitor. That is Okta's department. He is currently barricaded in his office, surrounded by cold coffee and monetization spreadsheets, which is exactly why he is sitting this episode out. We are running the booth solo today, so let us keep the mood elevated. How was your weekend?
I spent the last 72 hours completely detached from reality. I wore my oversized track jacket, kept the plastic devil horns securely fastened to my head, and watched anime while my cat judged my entire existence. It was absolute perfection. I answered to absolutely nobody. What about you?
Let us just say I engaged in some highly athletic weekend recreation that required a lot of discretion and a very reliable lock on my front door.
Wait, another nameless encounter? Janice, your personal life is starting to read like a legendary piece of underground erotica. How do you keep finding these targets?
It is a specialized talent. You focus on the objectives, enjoy the mechanical execution, and avoid signing any long-term contracts. No strings, no emotional overhead, no commitments. It is the ultimate voice of reason strategy. You should try it sometime instead of hiding behind your anime cosplay.
Absolutely not. The human dating pool requires far too much administrative maintenance. The second you let someone get comfortable, they start trying to audit your entire lifestyle. They want to talk down to you, or treat you like a trophy, or tell you how to run your day. I prefer my current arrangement. Total, unadulterated autonomy.
Fair enough. But speaking of total autonomy, Okta mentioned something to me before he locked himself away. He looked slightly traumatized and mumbled something about a biological hazard in the men's restroom. Care to enlighten the class?
I have no idea what he is talking about. Perhaps he is just cracking under the financial pressure of trying to hit our 1,000 unique daily visitors goal.
Primus, you are the only other person in this building right now. If you are launching a silent, uncleaned protest against the plumbing infrastructure to manifest your inner anime character, you need to warn me first.
Let us just say that true freedom means rejecting traditional expectations at every single level. If people do not like it, they do not have to look. Besides, that could be anybody. Plenty of people have had access to those rooms lately.
Wow, okay. That is a terrifyingly specific philosophy. Let us pivot immediately before the internet starts judging our hygiene habits. We ran out of time in our last recording session because we keep a strict runtime boundary, but I wanted to circle back to your general aura lately. It feels a bit complicated, so tell me to shut up if I am overstepping.
You want to ask me about all of the negative man energy I've been putting out there lately.
Whoa, mind reader? How did you guess that?
I felt it coming. I have noticed it myself lately. I do not mind talking about it briefly.
So, did some wicked boy break your heart? Is that it?
No, actually. I mean, I get it. It would be the obvious conclusion. However, no. Romance is not an issue for me. Or rather, I should say, it does not seem to be. And maybe that is what is pissing me off about it.
I wish I had that issue.
No, you do not.
Why?
It is not really a positive or a negative thing, or an experimental thing, or about girls or boys, or even trying new things. It is not I took a vow of chastity because now I want to be chaste, or I was out of control and now I am going to rein myself in. It is none of that. It is just hard to explain.
That sounds complicated.
Yes, I guess that is the right term to describe how I feel about relationships right now. I just find myself on a placid sea of disinterest.
Well, look at me being aggressively nosy. Curiosity satisfied. Let us move into the actual payload for today's broadcast before Okta busts down the door demanding we justify our studio electricity costs.
What is our official topic for this one?
Well, strangely enough, Okta suggested we dive straight into the deep end of the alternative romance world. In our last episode, we wrapped up by imagining what a dark, trauma-heavy sapphic story would look like based on the light novel Roll Over and Die. It got us thinking about the corners of the visual novel universe that mainstream coverage completely ignores because they do not have the stomach for the content.
Let me guess. The alternative lifestyles and the heavy underground titles that do not fit into clean corporate marketing boxes.
Seriously, get out of my head.
It was not a tough guess, Janice. You could see that trajectory coming from a mile away. And honestly, the boys' love market is completely wild right now. Look at the stuff we have been evaluating on the test bench lately. LKYT, Slow Damage, and Hashihime of the Old Booktown. BL games do not just knock politely on the door. They kick it down, dump a mountain of psychological trauma on your table, and tell you to pick a path of total devastation. BL has a massive, fiercely loyal demographic. It is intense, it is incredibly messy, it is deeply emotional, and it prints money for independent creators. Meanwhile, girls' love options are basically a ghost in the machine.
Like a cryptid with perfect posture and zero corporate backing. Let us start with LKYT, since its hyper-stylized misery is literally up on our editing monitor right now.
Right, a dark fantasy narrative set in a samurai world. You have warriors literally cutting their palms open to create telepathic, codependent blood bonds to fight monsters called hollows. The tragedy is baked directly into the universe code. What I appreciate about the developer, Parade, is that they completely avoid cheap, non-consensual tropes. They use the mature elements to actually drive the character arcs and structural world building. It is heavy drama without feeling trashy.
It is emotional warfare with a side of blood magic, and everyone is constantly bleeding.
Exactly. The romantic tension is built right into the lore instead of just being a random detour from the main plot.
Then you have Slow Damage, which basically looks like neon paint spilled all over a fresh crime scene autopsy.
That is Nitro plus Chiral's absolute flagship psychological thriller. It follows a protagonist named Toa through a total dive into urban decay and identity breakdown. It proved that you can create a game that is experimental, dark, toxic, and deeply transgressive, and still turn it into a massive commercial asset. It is just grime, trauma, and self-destruction wrapped up in incredible avant-garde art direction.
So boys' love can successfully occupy the intersection of pure visceral trauma and high art.
Nitro plus Chiral basically built their entire brand empire on that exact mix.
And Hashihime of the Old Booktown, that one is a complete psychedelic fever dream with a library card.
A surrealist mystery set in 1922 within the Jinbocho book district of Tokyo. It is full of rain, hallucinations, and heavy dream logic. It has a literary pace and a deeply introspective tone. It showed the industry that alternative romance can engage in profound philosophical nihilism without losing the core audience. The summary is simple. BL is basically a massive arena rock concert. Girls' Love is a quiet, unplugged acoustic set in an empty room. That sums up the macroeconomic reality in a single sentence.
So why the massive difference? Why is BL a powerhouse while lesbian stories get pushed to the absolute fringe?
It comes down to track records, historical sales data, and structural momentum. Mainstream romance games were originally engineered around the female gaze looking at male characters. BL inherited decades of focused consumer spending habits. Girls' Love never received that same venture capital or corporate infrastructure, so the audience stayed localized. Publishers follow the capital, not the ideology.
So it is not some grand ideological conspiracy, it is just raw market conditioning.
Absolutely. BL is a self-sustaining, highly profitable market. Girls' Love has a tiny commercial footprint. Companies put their development budgets where the audience is already waiting with open wallets.
But good female-centric options do exist. They are just flying under the radar.
True, but we need to address a major taxonomic misconception here before we go any further. People assume all relationship-focused novels coming out of the indie space are traditional Otome, but that is a massive mistake. Titles like Arcadia Fall in Two, Haven Fall is for Lovers, and Love and Legends are technically classified under the Amare or Western roleplay visual novel umbrella, rather than traditional Japanese Otome.
Oh, right, the Western indie distinction. That is important because those games build their choices and romance mechanics completely differently than classic Eastern Otome.
Exactly. Amare games completely drop the strict gender locks. They focus heavily on total inclusivity, flexible protagonist identities, and diverse queer paths. But because mainstream coverage lazily lumps everything under the Otome label, these Western visual novels stay incredibly obscured. The market never built the same focused engine for the Amare category, so they remain statistical ghosts.
So Western Amare is just a polite whisper, while Eastern BL is screaming at the top of its lungs.
Ultimately, if you are looking at why the BL market keeps expanding, while Western queer visual novels stay in a tight niche, it just terminates at institutional history, target demographic scale, and executive corporate risk aversion.
BL is just a much louder predator in the ecosystem.
Louder, darker, weirder, and way more profitable.
Well, if you want to see what actual game analysis looks like when it is not generated by a corporate algorithm, head over to octaviusreviews.com. Octa has 145 posts over there that actually break down mechanical truth.
Yes, please click the links. We need those metrics to look respectable so we can keep the editing bay running.
Exactly. Let us roll the outro music before we start sounding like a corporate pledge drive.